There's a wealthy man. He has 4 wives. He loves his 4th wife the most. He gives her all best clothing to increase her beauty and attraction almost every day. He also loves his 3rd wife. He's so proud of her and always introduces her to all of his friends. However, he sometimes is afraid that she would leave him to go with another man one day. The 2nd wife also has a special place in his heart. She always cared for his work, and he would always come to her for help whenever he has a problem. And finally, his 1st wife is a very faithful woman and really loves him. She contributed a lot to his success and always take care of many things at home. However, he always ignores her and doesn't care much about her. One day, this wealthy man is very sick and knows that he is about to die, so he called 4 of his wives to his bed. To the 4th wife, he questioned, "I love you the most and always give you the most beautiful things in life. I am about to die. Will you go with me?" She replied, "Never," and immediately left him. Then he asked his 3rd wife, "I love you all my life and I am about to die. Will you go with me?" She replied, "No, this life is too beautiful. When you die, I will remarry." He then asked his 2nd wife, "Whenever I have problems, I always come to you for help. I am about to die. Will you go with me?" The 2nd wife said, "I'm sorry, but I can't help you this time. All I can do for you is to go to the gravesite with you." While he was deeply frustrated with the responses of his 3 wives, there's a certain voice shouting out loud, "I will go with you." When he turned around, he saw his 1st wife. She's always a faithful one. And then he said to her, "I'm sorry, because for all the years I am with you, I ignore you." But do you know that every single one of us have 4 wives? The 4th wife is our body. It doesn't matter how much we take care of our body. As soon as we die, it will leave us. The 3rd wife is our fame and wealth, because when we die, these things will remarry. This thing will belong to another person. The 2nd wife is our friends, because the most they could do for us, the most they could do for you and me, is to go to the gravesite. And our very 1st wife is our soul, because we often ignore our soul and pay more attention to wealth and fame. We know that we need to pay more attention to our soul, but then the next question we need to ask ourselves is, how can we nourish our soul each and every day of our lives? In the gospel reading today, Jesus taught us to be the true meaning of love and discipleship. We see the encounter of the mother of the son of Zebedee who approached Jesus and asked on behalf of her sons to be sit in the place of honor to the left and to the right in the kingdom of Jesus. Jesus said to them, "You do not know what you ask for. Can you drink the chalice that I am about to drink?" They said to him, "We can." Jesus knew their ambitions, selfish desires, so he turned this moment into a teaching moment to his disciples as well. Jesus has called us to have a heart of a servant, but what we do is really our response to that call, to that love. And perhaps Jesus is calling us today is to pay attention to our souls. Is it really, or our heart and our mind, is it really have Him as the center? He says, whoever wishes to be great among you shall be your servant. For the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give His life as a ransom for many. Those who follow Jesus thought that when they follow Jesus and become His disciples, they would get all the honor and privilege. But what Jesus teach them was totally contrary to what they thought. Because whoever wants to be His disciple needs to learn how to serve and needs to be willing to die for others. Jesus said, can you drink the cup that I am about to drink? The cup Jesus had in mind was a cup of sacrificial service and death to self, death on the cross. And perhaps Jesus did that. Jesus died on the cross for our salvation and continue to offer that each day through the sacrament of the Eucharist. This is where we can get our soul recharged. These sacraments, our soul can be nourished so that we can continue to serve our brothers and sisters. As Jesus is inviting us to this Eucharist to receive the nourishment for our soul each day, the question we might want to ask ourselves is, are we ready to receive these sacraments? Then what should we do to imitate the love for Jesus? I would encourage you each day, and especially today, to do one thing that makes others happy. Saint Anthony of Padua.